What's up, everybody? Tonight, we wrap up our coverage of Moon Knight. 6 episodes in the books. Check out what me and Mike have to say about it. Also, it's what you've all been waiting for, a Batman-heavy episode. We cover it all, the ins and outs of the movies, let you know what we think about it. All right, guys? Well, I hope you enjoy. Here we go. Welcome back to the Tim and Mike Show. I am Tim, and the person adjusting his camera is
Mike.
Hi. How's it going?
We're adjusted.
Yeah, we're gonna lower these technical difficulties today. We're gonna do our best.
I think most people do that beforehand. Not us.
Yeah. Typically that's one of those how the sausage is made.
How it's made, though.
Yeah. Well, behind the scenes.
People want to see.
So what's up, man? How you doing? How's your week?
Good. Yeah. Started off good so far. Everything's going
super busy still.
I am, but it's running smooth. I guess I found a nice place there within the chaos. I've made now.
You're able to zen the chaos.
I mean, yeah, you have to accept it, that it's coming or not. I'm glad that I was able to be honest.
Yeah, I've been in a similar position. So with the extra stuff that I have with the show and keeping everything going and stuff like that, work is kind of we started a new protocol at work, and I'm like, well, this seems like it's only me, but I'm going to be doing this. Well, Heather's obviously in charge of it, but so it's kind of doubled my work. This little project I kind of took, and honestly, I took on it myself. It needs to be done, but my workload's kind of doubled too, so it's been kind of intense. All right, man. Well, so what did you watch this week? So what kind of viewing? This is a show about viewing things.
Let's see. I watched Sonic 2.
Okay. How was it?
It's good. Jim Carrey grew the mustache.
Yeah, I saw some footage from the trailer. He's starting to look more and more Robotnik, which apparently the kids call him Dr. Eggman now.
Eggman.
Wasn't he Dr. Robotnik when we were kids?
I'm pretty sure his name was Dr. Eggman.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
Because Duncan talks about him like he's Dr. Eggman. I'm like, it's Dr. Robotnik, kid, I think.
Well, no, I know Robotnik is for sure right, too.
Yeah, so it's both. At some point,
it might be Robotnik Eggman. Eggman Robotnik. Maybe that's his first and last name.
His first name is Eggman.
Yeah.
Eggman Charles Robotnik. Yeah, okay.
Charles. Yeah. No, that sounds good.
It sounds about right.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, no, I do know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not sure. No, because I do think he referenced that name in the movie.
Eggman.
Anyway, Michael was showing me this picture of what Sonic was projected to look like to some kids in the beginning before they made the first one, like a lifelike Sonic, not the animated version. And I guess it freaked kids out.
Well, no, what happened? What really happened was the internet went internet on it, right? So as soon as that was released, you had all these people who, and it wasn't just kids, man. It was nostalgia. It was people our age.
They were mad about it?
Oh, they were pissed.
They wanted a cartoon Sonic.
They wanted it to look like the Sonic from the game as close as possible with some 3D rendering, right? But yeah, they were mad. And so the internet just all over it to the point where the studio delayed the movie another 6 months to a year to do all the reanimation, essentially.
Right.
Which is not as hard as doing reshoots, because all you have to really do is just reanimate and then throw that skin on top of the already directed object, right? The character.
Right.
So, yeah, but it was a major internet uproar, man.
I believe it.
It was just one of those things. It was kind of like, and even I kind of looked at it and was like, it does look kind of weird. Like it doesn't look like
it
Sonic.
Doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like Sonic, but clearly this is reality. Or
Sure.
That was the intent. So I mean, now they've just mixed it. There was some good stuff in it. It's a kid's, young adult movie, I guess. But it was good.
Idris Elba was awesome as Knuckles, I hope.
He was Knuckles. Yeah. I mean, I liked his character. He was pretty funny towards the end, especially when he was trying to learn some new things. So Tails was in it. and then they flashed at the end. It was clear from Michael was telling me that Jim Carrey's last movie.
Oh, really?
Supposedly he retired from making movies. I've heard that before from actors.
Well, yeah, and that'll happen. There's obviously we talked about Bruce Willis a couple weeks ago. His is a medical.
He's pretty outspoken against Hollywood though right now.
Oh, Jim Carrey, but he's also
For a while now. Actually, he's kind of getting into.
Well, he's turned into this really soulful person, and is really kind of, really trying to take account about what
he's got an Oscar, doesn't he?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, he's pretty much hit all of the.
Sure, and that's all well and good
for a comedic, such a strong comedic actor to have that kind of range.
Well, comedy is the hardest thing to do, man. And look at all your biggest.
You're right. You're right.
Look at all your biggest comedy actors. What do they usually translate into? Really great dramatic actors. Robin Williams, brilliant. Like at some point,
great dramatic actor.
Tom Hanks.
Started
out as a comedy actor.
He's I'd say lesser, but he started out definitely in a lot of comedic movies.
Yeah, he was in Big. He was in The Man with One Red Shoe. He was, he was only getting
from like Mad TV?
Yeah.
No, In Living Color.
In Living Color, yeah, he was Fire Remarkable Bill.
Right.
And any other color, but yeah.
Oscar winner.
Well, yeah, but him personality-wise, and the idea of him retiring, it makes sense because, like I said, in the last few years, he's become this really soulful,
right,
like introspective character, like person who's really concerned about his karma and doesn't want to leave a bad footprint on the earth. Not saying that being an actor in Hollywood is leaving a bad footprint, but I think he wants to, look inward a little more.
Right. No, yeah, I've definitely picked up on that. But more so now. Anyway, well, so getting back to watched Central Intelligence, The Rock, Kevin Hart.
The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, they're great together.
They're good. I know.
You think it's big and small?
Yeah.
That's what makes it so much better. I don't know. They're just so funny together. They play off each other very well. That movie in particular, I thought The Rock was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I
hadn't seen it in forever. It's been a long time since I've seen it. So
yeah, same here. So I popped up on my feed. I checked it out. Pixels was another one I watched.
Oh, it's like
I like it for the nostalgia.
It does have a little dabble of nostalgia, right?
Well, yeah, you got the video games, you got Donkey Kong, you got Mario, all that in there.
Pac-Man, the whole works.
Pac-Man. Yeah. So that's a good one. And I also watched Batman and Ninja Turtles.
The first Ninja Turtles?
No, Batman and Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Batman and Ninja Turtles. Oh, how was that?
Animated movie.
Yeah. How was that?
It was okay.
Now,
I know they made an appearance.
Wouldn't that be a cross universe situation? Because last night, maybe I'm completely wrong, and it's possible, but I thought that Ninja Turtle was owned by Marvel.
No, I think Ninja Turtles is an independent.
I know it started out that way. I definitely know it started out that way, but
Scooby-Doo, they've done a few things. So I think they're, I don't know, but either way, that was okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the one where
maybe it was distributed by Marvel for a little while, but yeah, either way. Because Eastman and Laird. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really telling me. Let's I read this whole thing, but it looks like it's mainly an IDW book, which is independent. Sure. So okay, that's all you watched this week, huh? Seems like a lot. Seems good. Seems like really healthy.
Sure, I watched something else, but that's top thing. I'm sure I watched something else. I think I was on some other platforms, but I can't remember. I pulled all these off from my memory.
Right. Well,
I don't know. So
I work a lot, but I did watch some stuff. I watched. What recommendations do I have? So I started, and I'm almost done with it. I think I'm on the last episode, but I've watched the Penatverate.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. It's dumb. It is dumb. but
I
it's kind of
figured.
classic Mike Myers. So you're like, oh,
Right.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it because Mike Myers is playing like
He's
let's
the
say there's
entire ring of
well, not just that, he's a lot
Pentaberet,
of other
right?
characters, a lot of other characters. So he's let's say there's six characters on the screen, he is five of them. You know, like, and it's so to still have that range and stuff like that. It's really fun. But
Yeah.
it's dumb and you'll never watch it again, but for what it is, it's pretty fun.
Finished season 1, or what is it? Is it
Yeah, it's
just
season one. So I'm on the last episode. I think I got like 17 minutes left, and it's only 6 episodes. But it's Mike Myers doing what Mike Myers does, making Mike Myers jokes. You know, the jokes about Canada, the jokes about farts, and you know, like it's dumb, but it's fun. So you know, I've enjoyed that. I of course watched the new episode of The Offer, and it was kind of a awesome episode because it's the episode that they get Brando to take the role as the Godfather. And so the actor, I forget who it is, the actor playing, I know he's in other stuff, but the guy playing playing Brando, it's this really cool scene where they go to his house and he's like, he's read the book and they're talking about how he wanted to play the role. And he's like, well, I definitely want to do it, but these are the things I need. And because one thing you got to remember about Brando, and if you ever watch a doc about him or anything, he is like that whole like Dennis Hopper, Marlon Brando generation of actors, and that whole generation, it was all about method, right? They were method actors.
Right.
They became the role. That's where that whole idea came from. That beatnik 50s acting group, the James Deans of the world. So, but it's this really cool scene, and they're talking to Brando in his house, and all of a sudden he goes over, and he's like, he tells somebody, I think he tells his assistant or his wife or something it's like, bring me the shoe polish, and so he starts polishing his hair. And then he grabs these cotton balls and puts them in his mouth. And then you kind of get this perspective from Coppola's 8mm camera that carries around. And it's kind of this off angle, out of focus shot, but it's the Godfather. Like it's it. And it's like this reveal that's really cool. And then later on, there's a bit of dialogue in the next couple scenes that they said, like, we just watched the man become the Godfather with some shoe polish and a couple cotton balls right in front of our face.
All right.
So it's really kind of
cool.
Is
this the first encounter?
Yeah, this is the first encounter you have with
role?
Brando. Yeah.
Okay.
So you've met Pacino and the Pacino character so far, and at this point, Al Pacino is just a off-Broadway actor. Nobody knows him, and none of the producers want to cast him. So there's kind of some dealing they're having done by getting Brando and getting that significance in the show. He's asking for Pacino to be a part of it too. So it's kind of how Pacino got the role, kind of thing. It's kind of neat. Cool. But I watched that, and like
where are you in that?
Huh?
Where are you in that? And you're on the back end of that?
No, it's episode 4, man. I think it's eight episodes, so I think we still got a long way road to go.
Hour piece.
Yeah, right at about an hour. So we got that. I watched the new episode of Billy the Kid, which is good. It's taken a long time to get where it wants to go, and I don't know if it's going to go where I want it to go, but it's okay.
Sounds like you don't.
Yeah, I'm not huge into it. I'm at this point, I'm probably just gonna watch it out of habit. And then what movie did I watch? Oh gosh, I watched Moonfall.
Moonfall. What is that?
It's the Roland Emmerich disaster movie where the moon is out of its axis and it's going to crash into Earth. It is horrible.
Who's in that?
What's his face from the Conjuring movies?
Oh, is it the guy?
He's the guy that plays the lead in the Conjuring
Aquaman's
movies.
brother?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
I actually like the actor. I think he's a great actor, but the movie it's at no point in that movie were the writers have gotten paid any kind of union minimum. It was a not a good movie. Patrick Wilson is his name. So Patrick Wilson and
I see an astronaut or something going to save.
Yes. So he plays an astronaut who's disgraced because he saw this alien thing happen, and then nobody believes him. And
So did an alien race destroy the moon, or try to destroy the moon?
so apparently the moon is an alien spaceship object thing this whole time.
Nice. So when they take off in it, the planet goes crazy, or what?
No, they don't take off in it. It's just been shifted out of its axis, and it's apparently it's an energy source that's been fueling us. So it's kind of like the mutation of the human race from an alien species theory.
Are there aliens inside this moon?
Kind of, and you don't actually get like aliens. You don't actually ever see aliens, but there's like this, but like there's the essence of the aliens, right? It's
Inside the moon, just
inside
kinda
the
hanging. They've been living in there.
Yeah.
This whole time, and they had a mistake.
No, they're under attack from another alien species that's kind of like this blob thing that moves real fast and is
Do
good
we
for
see
visual
that?
effects. Huh? Oh yeah, you see that. Yeah, you see that.
And they have their own ship too, or are they just floating through space?
They're just floating in space. They're kind of like this fast moving blob mist cloud thing.
And it pushed our moon out of axis.
Yeah. So yeah, it made this.
What happens on Earth?
And it's like no, it's consuming the energy source that's making the moon
Okay,
maintain, and so it's blocking the energy source.
nice,
And yeah, so
nice.
it's a horrible movie, man. But it's like visually kind of stunning. I'll give you that. It's visually stunning.
Okay.
But it's
I
also
might just check it
2022.
out. You made it sound
Yeah,
really
I mean,
good.
it's not, but okay.
Well, I'm watching it.
Okay.
I have to.
No,
I have to see it. Well, just because you made it sound so good.
I'm sorry I did that.
Wait,
yeah.
I gotta know though, before we go on. When the moon shifted, what happened on Earth?
Everything that you figure would happen, the moon controls, right? So the moon controls the tides.
Yeah.
Everything.
So what? A lot of people died.
So the world is crumbling. Like the Earth is like, that's what makes it so visually stunning. Is tidal waves are happening, and
But we're still trying to go and
shifting.
stop it.
Huh?
We're still trying to get up there and stop it though.
Yeah, of course. There's always gonna be that heroic team. But of course, of course, you find out the government has this kind of like bunker that's supposed to, because they planned for this, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah, of course.
Of course. That's why
They know everything.
Right. But
Okay.
other than that, man, I watched Infinity too, The Man Who Knew Infinity, and it was okay. That's
the Man Who Knew Infinity.
Yeah, it's Dev Patel playing the mathematician from India who discovered the idea of infinity and all the heavy math stuff. It's okay. It's slow. I thought it'd be. I love biopics, but this wasn't my favorite.
Who'd you say was in it?
Dev Patel.
What's he in?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Ah, okay.
Lion. He's a very good actor.
I like The Lion. I haven't seen. I saw Slumdog Millionaire. It's good.
Yeah, you haven't seen Lion. Lion's a great movie. Lion's worth a watch. It is a very good movie. Okay, that's all I did for the watch. And you ready to get on to the previously on?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so previously on Moon Knight, this is it, season finale. Mark Spector, whatever, Stephen Grant, Khonshu. What'd you think? How did the series wrap up for you? How did the story end for you? Do you feel like it was all a nice tied little bow, or do you feel like it was rushed? Where you at?
I feel like it was definitely rushed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
just because I was looking like 1 second he wasn't have his power. He didn't have his powers in Khonshu, and then the next they were fighting in the street.
Yeah, it felt like that, right?
It felt like,
close
yeah.
your eyes. If you blinked,
Missed
You
that
got-
little
yeah.
tiny part in there. You might have not understood what the hell happened. So yeah, I mean there was that, but I think summed it up. I think it's kind of funny that the newest guy is a third accent. The last guy.
yeah, it's
Russian?
like Spanish, but his name is Jake Lockley, and
Spanish.
it's Spanish, wasn't it?
I thought it was Russian.
Was it Russian? I got a Spanish vibe from that.
It's Spanish. I don't know, foreign. So yeah, I mean, he's a man of many accents.
Yeah, right. He gets it. I don't know, but Jake Lockley, we get Jake Lockley in the after credits scene. We get
Now, is that
Khonshu.
somebody that's in the comic? Do you know?
So
Any of the
I do
reference?
know that, yeah. So Jake Lockley is definitely another person, another alter ego of his. But and I do like that imagery of Khonshu in the suit and in the limo. That's definitely in the comics.
I
Absolutely.
like that. Now I like that part. The last scene, I like that whole thing. The thing he says, what he, when Ethan Hawke's character is getting real comfortable,
Mhm.
like you're not going to do anything to me, and then he starts talking about how he was wrong,
Yeah.
that he forgot about, so he's got that hold on that guy. So obviously he's not really aware of a lot of what's going on inside him deep in.
Yeah.
He's like, Mark's, what did he say? Mark's got a lot of problems.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Um. Yeah. I think that whole idea is cool, and
That part was cool. So I think there could be something. To be honest, I don't know what happened with the 6 episodes thing. Who knows? Trying to consolidate all that. Maybe there was too much. Maybe they wanted, who knows what they were trying to do? Who knows what their constraints were? But clearly, a little bit, maybe another episode would have been nice.
I think so. I think you're right. I think it paced itself so well in the beginning, and it didn't pace itself very well at the end.
Which says to me that I think they were trying to do it right. And you never know what goes on behind
Sure. Yeah.
behind the scenes when making that stuff. Obviously, the formula is there somewhere. They've got something there. Hopefully, with the season 2, they can slow down and maybe they get more room to grow, depending on I guess what everybody thinks. Honestly, that's what determines everything.
Yeah.
What the people liked. If the people watched and the people like it, maybe they'll give them a little room to grow. It'd be nice. What
Yeah.
about you? What did you think?
I thought it was. I'm on the same spot with you. I feel like we were rushed. We got some really cool moments and really cool ideas, but then all of a sudden we're back. Like we had like, and I'm sitting there 20 minutes into the show. I'm like, you guys need to, like, you guys know this is the last episode of the season, right? Because
Yeah.
you're having all this really, honestly important dialogue, which you cannot pull out of that show. But at the same time, you got a lot to do, and you need to move it along further. And so I feel like that's kind of the feeling I had throughout the whole episode, was kind of a little rush.
What'd you think about the girlfriend
Oh
becoming
man, Layla, when she became
the Avatar?
the Scarab, I think is what it is, or
She was
awesome.
that. She was. Wasn't she? She was the hippo lady's
Yeah,
avatar.
she was
Huh?
the hippo's idol, but I think the character's like, I think the character is like the Scarlet Scarab or something like that.
In the comic, there's another.
I
So do you
think
think
so. I
that'll
think
be
so.
that'll be a thing now?
I'd have to look it up. I don't exactly remember, but I definitely saw some pokings around on the internet about that. So, but yeah, I thought she was awesome. I think, like you said last week, she
I
could have
like
gotten
the
her own
concept
episode.
behind that they're more or less a voice inside the head that can kind of, increase the strength and capabilities of the avatar. I
Right.
like that idea behind that, especially, Layla's Layla's goddess was nice, if you could get along.
Yeah.
Obviously,
No.
constantly trying to, backstab you and double cross you. Not a good one, but
Right.
a kind one, which she seems to be. So
Yeah.
that'd be pretty neat. I like that. That's a cool little.
Yeah. I dug. I mean, I just feel like we didn't get a lot of Moon Knight in the Moon Knight,
No,
and when we did, it was awesome. It was so awesome.
the fight scene was pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome. But
Yeah,
man, I could
lot
have used
going
a whole
on.
episode of that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I know. Well, like I said, maybe they're just testing the waters.
Yeah, that could be it. Maybe. Overall, it's because that show started out as my favorite. Like I thought the idea of jumping into mental illness, and the idea of covering and the more exposure on the Marvel gods, and all these things were really, really cool. And I was like, man, this is it. Because that was also one of my favorite characters as a kid. But the more we moved on, the more we progressed. I think that it's definitely fallen in the ranks for me. I'm not sure exactly where it lies right now. I guess we can kind of do a rating here in a little bit before we wrap this segment up, but it definitely has fallen in the ranks. And I think the thing that really kind of, I just wish they didn't rush that writing is where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, you saw some potential there, just like me. I mean, I said it was going to be the best one.
Yeah.
It could be. You never know.
Well,
Still
I mean,
better,
we can only judge.
still better than Hawkeye, in my opinion.
Oh, see, I think I disagree with that. I think Hawkeye was awesome.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. You didn't like Hawkeye,
Okay.
man. It was
okay.
everything you wanted. But that show was like, that show was awesome, right?
Did you like Christmas one?
Yeah. Well, not just that, the Kingpin, all these wonderful characters.
I did like
characters
Kingpin. I like Kingpin. I like Kingpin in it.
Yeah.
But he's not in it very much.
No, he's not. But that's what Hawkeye did that Moon Knight didn't do. Is it one thing that all these shows have done is it has helped move along the overall overarching universe, has helped push the universe in the direction that the MCU is going. Moon Knight, I feel like Moon Knight, you pull it out of that and you don't lose anything.
Right.
I don't think that it really had the effect on the overall universe as all the other shows have had. And that's maybe what's disappointing for me a little bit, so.
Right. Well, there's no tie-ins for sure.
Yeah, there's none. You really could pluck that out, throw it away.
But I mean, like I said, it's a new concept. I think that's the idea. It's a foreign character, I feel like.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
I don't think people. Like I said last time, I don't think people are aware of. I didn't know who he was.
Sure. And he's a deeper. But again, we talked about last time. He's a deeper dive character. But everybody, all these characters, except for when Spider-Man came out and stuff like that, all of these characters were deeper dive characters.
Right. I know you think that. I'm just saying. I think people know the whole. Iron
Ant-Man.
No, but that was later on as well.
Yeah, sure. The Hulk, because he had a bunch of movies. Sure, kids love the Hulk. I mean, Black Widow.
Hulk was a TV show a long time ago. Batman was a TV show a long time ago. So people know it. People know those sort of superheroes. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that that's his like new fresh territory for them. Where they pull, because I mean, think about all the other ones. What if you did one with the guy that has the symbol on his chest? He puts on the helmet and he becomes him. It's like a god or something.
What are you talking about?
It's he's always helping out the Justice League. He's got like a cross on him or something.
Are you talking about Dr. Fate?
Yes.
He's in the new Black Adam movie.
He's in the new Black Adam movie?
Pierce Brosnan is playing him.
So see what I mean, though?
Yeah.
I mean, when that would have happened, that would not have happened until all this other stuff.
I think it's going to be a big Justice Society tie-in, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he's going to be in that, but they're still going to try to do that, which I don't understand.
Well, I think Dr. Fate's an awesome character, though. I mean,
he is. I know, but I'm saying they've messed that whole thing up, though, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. That's that whole universe.
Up. I get. You could still keep going.
Sure.
I guess they make money. I guess they keep going. I don't mind it. I don't mind them. They're not horrible. They could be so much better.
Well, but back to Marvel again. Let's test my theory. Let's take a show, pull one show out of. So let's name all the shows that we had from the MCU. Okay. What was the first one? WandaVision, right?
WandaVision, which we're about to see in.
Right. So if WandaVision did not exist, what would not have been developed in the MCU?
I don't know.
The Scarlet Witch. huge main part of Multiverse of Madness.
Well, no, I know that's what I'm saying. She ties in the multiverse of madness with.
So I'm saying you can't not have that. You can't pluck that out, right? You can't pluck it out because you're not going to have your big character in the Multiverse of Madness.
All right.
So the next one was Captain America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Transition.
So what did we gain from that? We got the new Captain America.
Right.
Right. Next one was Loki. We got Kang. Right. And the idea of the multiverse, really. The first real introduction into the multiverse was Loki.
See it firsthand.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but that's what they were intended to be. They're supposed to be continuations of all these spin-off movies that are coming out.
Well, not just that. They were just supposed to allow things to happen. They were built to be 6-hour movies in themselves. That's why they took the characters that are harder to develop, that are harder to make in 2 hours, and make them into a 6-hour movie so you can develop the character more and get the audience to know the character more. So
you're right.
But
what are you trying to say? Because
I'm trying to say that let me get to my point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish. So with Hawkeye, what do you lose? What was the most important part of Hawkeye, in my opinion?
Introducing like Kingpin?
No, not yes.
Daredevil?
Yes, 100%. It was the fact that those now the Netflix universe and the Marvel universe were one.
Punisher, technically.
Sure. Whatever it meant by showing that Kingpin and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, we now know that these universes are happening in the same place.
That was the coolest part of that.
Sure, but whatever you thought of the show, but the end result of the show was that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened and what was the end result of Moon Knight?
Right, I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
I don't think it was intended to be that.
But I'm saying that. But why was it? Should have been, because that's been the thing. That's been the MO they've done. They've never made a show that didn't matter.
Maybe they're testing it out. Let's say this. Let's say if people liked it, they make a season 2. What if they bring in one of the Avengers?
No, that's all well and good, Mike. What I'm saying is that at the end, they could have given us just one tiny thing that connects us to the overall gelling universe.
Okay. Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're not planning on doing that.
Then why make the character?
Yeah, I don't know.
Then why make the series?
I'm sure.
I'm just voicing my disappointment in the show. That's why I'm disappointed, because it doesn't have any connecting tissue to the overall story of the MCU. And what made the MCU so successful was the fact that everything's connected.
I heard that's what was going on with Morbius too.
Well, yeah, but the biggest
they didn't feel like it connected.
But everybody's biggest complaint about the DCEU is what? Nothing connects to itself, right?
Yeah.
Nothing takes place in the same place. 4 different Flashes and 18 different Batmen. That Marvel can't start doing that, is what I'm saying. And I don't think they're going to. Now, I don't think they will. I know Moon Knight will end up in the same universe and is in the 616. But I'm saying they should have given the audience something to just say proof of life, kind of, But I don't know. That's my opinion on the show.
No, yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
But I don't know. So where do you rank it? Where, in the MCU shows, where are you at? It's better than Hawkeye to you?
I mean, there was aspects of Hawkeye I liked. I liked the fight scenes. I liked Jeremy Renner. I didn't like the young girl.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, the comedic, I didn't like her character. Yeah. That's what didn't do it for me. And then, well, I mean, I don't know. I liked Loki a lot.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. I'd say that's number 1 for me.
Okay.
Then I'll go. I don't know. Hawkeye. How many are there? 6?
Yeah, I think so. Unless I'm forgetting one. There's 5.
I guess Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Then I don't know. This one's pretty good. What are my other choices?
WandaVision.
I like that one too. I'll put that one 3, and I'll go 4 Moon Knight
5 Hawkeye.
and 5 Hawkeye.
Okay. Mine's going to be probably Loki, WandaVision, Falcon, Hawkeye, Moon Knight. That's where I'm at right now. I'm really like that last
We're
episode.
pretty
really
close.
Yeah, that little episode really kind of got under my skin. I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna give it some love, but I
You're
don't.
definitely more of a fan than I am.
Yeah, it just
Like
it didn't finish as
like
strong
that.
as it should have. So let's move on to the movie of the week. All right, so the movie of the week, man, we finally did it. We finally sat down and rewatched it, or I watched it, and we're doing the Batman. So what's up?
Sir.
Let's talk the Batman. Now,
Are we
the first question
doing
I have.
spoilers?
Oh yeah, man, this is a
Spoiling it?
spoiler-rich show. But the first question I have for you is where is this in the pantheon of Batman movies? Non-animated.
Where does it rank?
Where does this rank?
Number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
Ooh, then that.
Behind which ones?
I really like Batman 1.
Batman Begins.
I'm gonna say it
Or
ties.
Batman-
No. Batman Begins. I'm getting Batman Begins and the what is it? What is it? The Dark Knight. What's the one with the Joker?
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, now those two, 1, 2, actually 2 and 1. I'll
Yeah,
go
sure.
2, 1.
Dude, The Dark Knight
And-
may be the best comic book movie ever made, and I think everybody knows that. You
Yeah.
don't explain yourself.
Yeah,
It is
so
a brilliant film.
2, 1, the new one tied with the original Batman, Michael Keaton,
Okay.
just
Okay.
because nostalgia.
Right. Oh,
But
man.
if I'm going just merit, I'm giving it to the new guy
Okay. New guy in the house.
Yeah.
I
for different reasons too.
well, let's go with my ranking. My ranking was just like yours until I rewatched it, and now my ranking has changed. I think I like it more than I like Batman Begins.
Okay.
So Dark Knight, the Batman Begins is where I'm
Yeah.
at. And
And
then,
then
whichever
Keaton.
order you have it in at that point. Okay, man, let's go through the movie and let's not like break it down like we've done before, but we're trying to get rid of that, get away from there. But let's just talk about the things we liked about it. So one of the first things that you kind of, when the movie opens up and not the scene with the Riddler killing the mayor,
Right.
but the first time you talk to Bruce Wayne starts talking, what stands out to you the most for you? And for me, I'll tell you,
What's the scene? What's the scene that you're talking about when he's just
it's when
talking about what's going on?
when he starts off October 31st and he's doing this
Right.
really awesome noir, which I love the fact that he has inner dialogue and it is a comic book, man. It is
It's
so
the
cool.
detective
Yes.
movie style.
And he's explaining how he's been on the job for 2 years, and these 2 years he turned into this nocturnal animal.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
So good.
So the opening where he's talking and they're kind of
Yeah, in the
showing
rain,
the
Halloween
city, the
night.
crime, the dirt, the grime.
Yes, before
grit.
before suiting up, and the whole bat symbol scene where every
Right.
criminal that's committing a crime is looking at the bat symbol.
They're scared of me.
Yeah,
They look into the dark.
they think
and
I'm in the
symbol appears
shadows. They
in
think
them.
I'm in the
Yeah,
shadows.
That was
I'm like,
awesome.
I am the
that's cool.
shadows.
Yeah, because they're just kind of freaking out whenever they see that symbol and they're doing something
Yes.
wrong. And I get
Yes.
that imagery was very, very well portrayed.
Mhm.
So that's good. Yeah. First thing I think is this is a proper representation of such a strange individual as Batman would naturally be if he was a real life person.
Right.
He would be a very strange man.
We
I
talked
mean-
about that last week off camera,
Yeah.
and that's I think helped my second viewing of this movie is that perspective you have of him being.
I do.
He is
Bruce
not
Wayne,
healthy.
especially. I
Yeah,
think
he's
he
not a
is
healthy
the
person.
perfect representation of Bruce Wayne in year 2.
Yeah. And the fact that
Still
he's, like you said,
feeling
like he's
all
not
that.
healthy, he's yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah.
He glints his eyes in the daylight. He's antisocial. This is before I feel like he hits the Bruce Wayne playboy.
He
You
has
know,
to fill
you
that
need to
role,
be,
sure.
yeah, you need to be the head of this company now.
Hmm.
You know, you're starting to make people look at you like you might be something. You know, you need
Like he
to
might be Batman, bro.
might be Batman, right? So we're year 2 where he's just not into that at all.
Yeah.
He is sad, lonely. He is just straight up focused. There is
Yeah.
nothing else in his life, you know, at this point, and it shows.
Yeah.
And I like that because anybody who's going to do that is going to be a weird man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that perspective you had is it's really kind of enlightened perspective. And when you watch the movie with those kind of goggles on, and like the scene where they're all talking and the mayor's face is taped up and he's kind of doing his detective work, he is the most awkward individual in the world. He like, because he's not like he's like super awesome Batman guy. He's like, I don't know how to be around people, and
Right.
people I'm not trying to beat the crap out of. And so he's like kind of like, if you watch his eyes kind of don't ever make like complete eye contact because he's got to look at things because of his camera. But he's like this awkwardness. There's this super awkwardness that is
Robert
really
Pattinson
well
is
portrayed.
a great actor.
Yeah,
I definitely didn't think that's what he was going. This is a very distraught individual.
Yeah, because it's throughout the whole movie. His awkwardness is completely apparent.
Definitely. Yeah, he did well.
Yeah,
I'd say he's best Bruce Wayne.
I think you might be right.
Of Bruce. But the problem is, though, every other Bruce Wayne representation has been, aside from Christian Bale's third movie, where he's kind of went recluse.
Yeah.
He's the playboy. He's the head of the company. You know what I mean? That's the Bruce Wayne you're seeing. But there is
Playboy by day, Batman by night.
Right, but there is what was it, the year 1? Batman year 1 version where he's first starting out, and it's very gritty. He's getting beat up.
Well, the comic, the animated movie from the comic.
Was that from the comics?
Yeah, that was a Frank Miller book. And like there's really cool things that Frank Miller's brought into that character as early Batman, because it is more like a Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, I was making that comparison because it seems like that's kind of where they were where he was maybe drawing, or maybe at least the director drawing some of their inspiration from year 1, you know.
But maybe somebody actually made the observation, and the fact that, you know, what you're saying is right. You know, this guy's mentally has had a hard time his entire life.
Yeah, especially at this time too, because he's you know, he's still young. You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, the first thing that kind of popped up in my head watching this movie, it was the first time, but the second time I really got it. And I was like, man, this is the first time that we've seen Gotham City in a movie. That first scene, if you watch it, you see the almost embellished Gothic architecture, but you see the city, you see the people in it, the over-exaggerated people from the comic books. You know, you see that character there, and it's just an important character from the books that, like, you know, and you kind of realize now, it's like, oh man, it's kind of lame that all these other movies, they were just trying to fake Gotham this whole time. I mean, the only person that got close was Tim Burton.
They film in New York.
I'm sure some of it was. I'm sure. But so that's another thing. Like, a lot of this movie was shot in the volume from ILM, like Mandalorian is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of it's a volumized production. That's why all the backgrounds, and that's why everything looks so good. And they were able to be as creative as possible.
Yeah, I really like the scene when he goes to Penguin's hangout. I thought that was
the Iceberg Lounge in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That looked really good. Real dark. I mean, that's what you're going to see. I like, especially too, when he's riding his motorcycle after he did his first night out in the beginning of the movie, and he kind of circling through, and there's just trash everywhere, people on the ground. You know, they did well with making the city look run down. And
but the idea of this beautiful city, this beautiful architecture, just with a layer of grit and despair and hate
Right.
all over.
Yeah.
It.
You
So
see the
cool.
decline.
Yeah, and that's what Batman, in my opinion, that's what Gotham City is about. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's throughout every movie.
Yeah.
It's the main premise is the city is on the verge of
But
destruction.
this is the first movie. It wasn't Pittsburgh that was supposed to believe that. Like you know how much I love the Nolan verse, but the Nolan verse, it was just like, I know it's supposed to be completely grounded in reality. It was just a normal city. There was nothing characteristic.
Right.
Like there was no real characteristic of Gotham.
No,
Maybe in
you're
Batman
right.
Begins. Maybe in Batman Begins with the Narrows and all that stuff, but not to this extent, and not even to the Tim Burton extent. You know.
Tim Burton really did it up too.
Yeah, I mean, he went straight Gotham. Yes,
But
but
but for me, that's him.
yeah.
Anyways, that's his vision. Anyways, in most of his movies, is
Well,
Gotham.
this movie was cool. He kept his suit in a bag. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, how'd you like the mask?
The mask, I did because I
The leather
yeah,
nose piece.
right. Which again, there's got to be some kind of metal there because it doesn't get broken so much.
Right, but just homemade looking.
Yeah,
You know,
the whole, you can see what
gotta
the sleeves are.
get the
Yeah.
taser.
Yeah, yeah, it's so cool.
Nothing crazy though.
No, like everything was pretty. Like there's definitely, because like they told they told this line throughout the whole movie of grounded in reality, but we're still gonna allow this fantasy. Like he was way too bulletproof. Like that's a comic booky thing, right? Like he's getting shot with automatic rifles, like, and just kind of still punching people. But it's a movie, and that's fine. I'm cool.
Right.
I'm allowing that.
Obviously, he was wearing some sort of metal plating.
Right, something that would not make him allow him to be as lightweight and as active as he was.
Exactly.
But that notwithstanding, they still allowed it to be a comic book movie, and that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the pacing of the movie. Like it's 3 hours. This movie is 2 hours and 58 minutes.
Feel like 2 movies to you?
It does. And
where's the cutoff to you?
Where's the cutoff for the first movie?
I feel like it was when they were standing on the roof talking, him and Catwoman.
That could have been, you could have rolled credits right there.
No, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like no, because there was more to do. But yeah, I mean, that felt like where I was. That's I think where I paused it and looked. I was like, "Is this over?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "How about halfway through?" Is what I felt like I was.
But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. I feel like it's way too much to wrap up at that point. But bringing up the timing of the movie, I feel like the movie is really this cool, deliberate pace, and it's all takes place in that first scene where that Joker gang is about to beat up that guy, right. And he just walks. And he's Batman's
what
just.
Are they're mimicking gang punching, knocking people out.
Yeah,
as an initiation.
I guess so. Weird. I don't know. Like you gotta knock him out. Like, I mean, okay. But the fact when you walk up the stairs and stuff like that real deliberate scene where it's just like goof, goof.
Oh no, when he's walking down the tunnel in the train, you mean
that is that sets the pace for the whole movie, right? It's like we are taking our time, we are going to tell a story, and you're gonna sit down and you're gonna listen and you're gonna watch. That tells you right there, that pacing is really cool.
Yeah, they did good. I liked it. So tell me what you thought about Penguin.
Okay. Most
Farrell.
comic accurate Penguin we've seen on screen.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The Iceberg Lounge.
How did Colin Farrell do?
It's so amazing. Like sometimes if you don't look at the screen, like I tried this yesterday. I was watching. I was like, if you don't look at the screen, you can hear him.
Oh, really?
That's Colin Farrell. But when you look at the screen, it's like that is not Colin Farrell, man.
No, they do well. No. They do great.
Yeah, it's great. But like comic, just the character himself, the little nuances of the character is the most comic accurate Penguin that we've had. It's the fact that he's not this I'm the Penguin, right? He's a snitch. He's this underlord, this boss who's just trying to get ahead in the game. You know, so I thought it was great. What about you? What do you think?
I thought he was great. Yeah, great as well. Yeah, perfect makeup. Couldn't tell it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Loved the voice. Loved the attitude. Great character.
Yeah. So what do you think about the overall mood of the movie?
But it hit pretty good. Honestly, that was a different representation of Riddler than I've seen,
Sure.
but I liked it.
So the mood I thought was awesome because it goes back to what you're talking about, Bruce Wayne and his demeanor through the whole movie. That mood is it's just dripping off that movie, man. You can just feel the mood. And
Right.
It's not a happy one. It's a heavy, foreboding mood.
Yes, at all times.
Yeah, like there's no room for jokes because there's real stuff happening and people are dying, and it's really kind of I thought that was really well portrayed, I guess I'd say. So.
Yeah, I definitely they were going for that real aspect, so if you're introducing these villains that are doing these things in the comic book world, when you bring those to real life, obviously these people are going to be mentally unstable. It's going to be completely. I like the fact that they kind of went their own way with the Riddler in that aspect, kind of, because I felt like that was the vibe for Bruce Wayne, for him to be more of a real person, and how, if they were out there doing that every night, how would they be? And I feel like they hit that pretty well. And now you got a guy that's killing people and riddling and just, generally upset with the world around him and wants to see it, brought to justice for all of the wrongs that he's seen done, the duct tape, things like that, the nature of his killing,
Well, in which we find out that and that's true, because this is like a unique situation for any crime fighter or police officer. But what we've learned at the end of the movie, that this wasn't the first time that he's dealt with this.
Right.
He already had a Joker.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he already had his Joker battle.
He already has his Joker, and he's already put his Joker away.
Yeah.
So I guess he's kind of learning that there's a theme, right? There's this might be my life, that I have to fight these totally insane people, which honestly I might have more in common with than the everyday person or Jim Gordon or whoever.
Right, and I think that's the bond that him and Joker have. Is
the similarities. They are two sides of a coin.
Right.
Bring up Toothface. It's just the choices were different.
So did you hear at the end of this movie that there was some sort of thing you were supposed to scan, which brought you to a video of Two-Face?
No.
Or something that have something to do with Two-Face?
What is this?
So Michael was telling me about that at the end of one of the Batman movies, or something at the end of this Batman movie, there's something that you can scan. And when you do, it takes you to a website or a video or something that kind of mentions Two-Face. So the implication being that he would be possibly in the next movie.
Well, we have a sequel coming. They'd have to cast a Harvey Dent, because you can't just throw Two-Face at you. You've got to have a Harvey Dent.
Right. So
because that's another, because again, The Dark Knight did that character the best also. Everybody thinks, oh, it's the best Joker we've ever had, best Joker we've had. It's also the best Harvey Dent we've ever had. Granted, there's only Tommy Lee Jones to compare it to, but
Tommy Lee Jones and not a good Batman movie.
No, but anyways,
Tommy Lee Jones is amazing.
But the fact that it's a direct parody of Batman and choices again. That's one thing that's Batman's is awesome about. All the writers have always done right about Batman. They've introduced, and they've always had this underlying poem between the relationship between him and his rogue gallery. There's always this similarity. There's this thing that he needs to identify about himself to beat the bad guy, and that's always been there. That's awesome, and that's one of the best things about reading a Batman comic book, is the fact is trying to figure that out, and watching him figure that out. But if you're gonna do a Two-Face, you got to do a really good Harvey Dent, which I don't even know who that would be right now. I think the kid they casted for Joker is awesome. If you watch that deleted scene is brilliant.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really, really, really good, and he's really good. And they need to run with that ball. And don't let Warner Brothers get in the way, because I feel like this is the first movie that Warner Brother has let a comic book movie happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was good. That was a great movie.
Really be a comic book movie. So let me get back to my notes real quick.
That's a big file.
Yeah, I have a lot of notes in Batman. So some things that, like, one thing that kind of took me out of it, and like they use it a lot, but it's that GoPro-esque steady mount they do. Like in some sequences, it works really well. Like some of the motorcycle scenes and stuff like that, where you have that kind of look, and the motorcycle's driving, and the background's moving, and it's that cool look. It's the flying squirrel suit scene that it takes me completely out of it.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
If I feel like whenever it's attached to his cowl, and it just it didn't look good to me. Like it did. I feel like, I mean, I should have shot that a different way, is kind of how I'd go with that. But I understand what they were doing with it, and it's a choice, and I don't get paid millions of dollars to make movies. So, you know.
Well, I mean, if that's your only gripe, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and that really is my only gripe. I mean, I think there's so much good about this movie, man. I really do. I really think that if they allow them to keep going, keep Matt Reeves going with this in this direction, hold on your butts. We might have an actual DCEU that's successful, because allowing these characters to be dark and gritty, pushing into a rated R rating at some point.
Well, how do you think he was able to get that done? How do you think he was able to get that done when it seems like nobody else was?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder. I'll say that right now.
Huh?
I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder.
Oh, I'm not either.
I think that's one main problem with with the movies.
Well, neither is Warner Brothers. He's already done. Like, he's not making any more movies.
But he was involved in how many of them? Three main ones, right?
Yeah, three.
Batman's,
he drove the franchise.
Yeah,
drove the franchise. The franchise still is in the wake of the Snyderverse.
I think
Adam is technically in the Snyderverse. The Flash is technically in the Snyderverse. Shazam is technically in the Snyderverse.
No, I like Shazam.
Sure, and it was a fun movie. Yeah. But I'm saying it just still exists within that Zack Snyder universe.
Sure. Okay. Well, so I think he should have stopped at 300. Done. Retired.
Yeah, I mean, I sure. Okay, I guess so. I mean, it's like he likes to look online and look at tutorials of After Effects.
What's that music? That music's in every movie. Where does that come from? Does he make?
I don't know. Hans Zimmer, honestly.
No, it's his. This is how he gets his music out there.
Yeah.
Every movie. It's like slow motion. I need these guys. I need the wind. I need a fiery backdrop. I need this crazy ass music, and I need them to walk slowly into the camera.
Slow motion.
Every movie.
And I need to be the most After Effectsy background you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. I don't know. But this movie, the Batman, if they need to keep that direction. There's some cool things in there that a lot of people don't catch. Like you've got, like, there's things, and you've read plenty of Batman, but there's stuff that you might miss too. But like, so you remember the scene where he's fighting all the Riddlers and he's about to get his, Catwoman saves him, and then she's taken by that one dude. And what does he do? What does he do to get ready to go?
There was a smoke bomb.
No, he puts something in his body.
Oh yeah, that was new. I like that.
Do you know what that is?
I'm guessing it was adrenaline.
It's venom.
Oh, was it Bane's venom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Batman used Bane's venom before Bane ever existed. It was a way that he could keep up and go.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little tiny thing that nobody gets. nobody caught, you know?
No, I like that. And they
Yeah.
he had that little cutout or whatever
Right. It's Venom.
already
It's
made
gotta be.
for it.
I mean, they don't specifically say it's Venom, but
Yeah, I was figured it was some sort of an adrenaline, something
right.
like that.
If it looks like a
That's
duck and it quacks like a duck.
sure.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Essentially,
the
that is.
level of care that is MCU style care. That is what it is. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Great movie. I think it's good.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Let's do a couple quick questions for our to wrap our segment up. Get this one out.
Pull from the
Okay.
farm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, best, okay, in your opinion, out of all the live action now, let's keep it live action, okay? But of all your Alfreds, on-screen Alfreds, who's your favorite Alfred?
Man, I like that old dude from
From the
Of course.
originals?
Is he in a Pepsi commercial too?
He was, and he also was in a MasterCard commercial. He's in,
Oh man, I like that dude a lot. But I do like Michael Caine. Picture you sitting across from me,
the size of a tangerine.
having a cappuccino with your wife. And I look at you and you look at me.
Don't
I'm
say
gonna
a
go-
word.
I'm gonna go with the old man from the original.
Okay, Michael, go. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna go with Michael Caine because Michael Caine's the best Alfred, bro.
No, I mean I like Michael Caine.
You were almost
I do. Well, because he's passed away now, man. Have some respect.
sure. Okay, well, we're gonna give him that lifetime achievement award.
Yeah.
But honestly, name a bad one.
Best Batman?
No. Name a bad Alfred. We got Jeremy Irons was cool in his own way.
There's no bad Alfreds.
Yeah, there haven't been. Like Andy Serkis, I thought was awesome because Andy Serkis is close to that Jeff Johns Earth One Batman. It's a really good series.
Right. Where Alfred's a badass.
Yeah, where he's like a former SAS and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. Best Batmobile.
Christian Bale's.
Tumblr. You're a Tumblr fan, huh?
I like it because I still feel like it's reality, because if it's military applications, they've got money that's easily made for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Plus, it's more fitting with what I know as Batman.
Sure. Okay. Mine is this one. Is this year's? Is the Batman because it's unfinished.
That's number 2.
It's young. It's unfinished. It's built on a muscle car chassis, which is building itself, but it's got flaws, it's got imperfections, and it's not quite there yet.
Right.
Right. And
Well, so I think those are two different eras of Batman, though, as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But
yeah, both. I do.
Okay, last question, then we'll move on to the two movie music. Who is the okay? This is a two-parter, okay? Because you've already given us one answer. Who is your best Bruce Wayne, and who is your favorite Batman?
See, but this is also
Circumstantial.
Yeah, so I say best young Bruce Wayne, Robert Pattinson.
Huh?
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Who's best old Bruce Wayne?
Best old Bruce Wayne.
Ben Affleck. Would be. He's always wanted to play that role. That's the role he always wanted to play.
Not a bad Bruce. He's not.
No, he's good.
He's a bulky Batman. He was Frank Miller's Batman.
He definitely was more of a Miller-ish Batman.
Man, my friends,
Countrymen.
I don't know. I was gonna that Christian Bale line. My friend, one event with my friends, you'll never need another.
Oh yeah, well, from The Dark Knight when he's talking to Harvey Dent about votes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a cross between 3. I'll give it to Keaton. I'll give it to Bale and Affleck for older Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so you just don't like Val Kilmer, George Clooney as Batman. That's what you're saying.
I didn't mind Val Kilmer as Batman.
He really wasn't bad. He
Nah.
got painted in a bad brush.
George Clooney is a perfect Bruce Wayne and Batman. To be honest,
If the movie was just one
movie
shit,
was good. I mean, he's not a bad pick. Obviously, he's awesome too. He's good. You know, he hadn't been in anything in a while. Guess he's kind of settling down now.
Yeah,
at least so.
Okay, well, my favorite Bruce Wayne is I'm sorry, but it's gonna be Bale still.
Yeah.
You know, because we got to watch my favorite storyline ever of Batman has always been the Ra's al Ghul storyline, and we got to see that, and so that's always a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, that was done well too.
Yeah, and he's awesome, and he's a great actor.
He plays a younger Bruce Wayne in that as well.
Yeah, he does.
But I like the way Robert Pattinson plays that.
I love the dynamic that he has in this movie, and by no means is this a blemish on his saying he's a bad actor. I don't like it as Bruce Wayne at all. I think his Bruce Wayne is perfect for that film.
So who's best Batman?
Okay, that's the question. So who's best Batman?
I'll ask you first.
Me first. It's George Clooney.
That's not right.
Okay. Well. Okay. This is a very complex question because, as you say before, it's generationally speaking, right? I think the best world's greatest detective is Robert Pattinson.
You think best Batman is Robert Pattinson?
I think it's between him and Bale.
I'm giving it to Bale.
You give it to Bale?
Unless Pattinson can make another one.
Okay, so yeah, all right, so giving that caveat. So
and then I'll give him the option.
But okay, so then where's Keaton in your list? Because Keaton's right there too.
He's got the nostalgia, and Keaton always gets the nostalgic nod, so he's always there just because, you know.
I just felt like this Batman felt more like Batman to me, because the thing you can always say about the Dark Knight, and don't get me wrong, I love those movies. I have 4 different versions. I have 4K Blu-rays. I watch them all the time. I watched them when I had COVID. But you could always say one of the best compliments that you could have about a comic book movie back in the day was, hey, if the Dark Knight didn't have the Batman in it, it would still be an awesome cop movie.
Awesome what?
Cop movie, police officer movie.
Cop movie.
Detective story. It would still be a great detective story. But this is well, that's what you say. Like Captain America, like so Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
No, I know. I thought you said
if you took Captain America out of it, it's still a great spy movie. Right?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You know, so if you pulled those characters out of it and just let the story be its story, it's just a great detective movie. But this is actually, I felt like a Batman movie. Like he's Batman. He's learning how to be Batman, but you get that noir look, that feel, that everything about it just felt good to me. So
you're giving it to Pattinson.
And I know it's kind of weird thing. I feel weird saying it. I feel really weird saying it. So,
well, I mean, it's your opinion. It's okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to movie music this week. I know we didn't have it last week, but we do have it this week. And funny enough, this week's score is something we just talked about. So, movie music. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Movie Music. This week, we are keeping the theme of the Batman. We're going to highlight the score from the film by Michael Giacchino. Now, we talked before when we were covering the film about the mood and the deliberate nature of the film and how it was just paced in its own way. That has a lot to do with the score. From the opening theme, which I believe the opening score song is Can't Fight City Halloween, which is going to be on the playlist on Spotify. But it kind of sums up everything. It's moody, it's deliberate, it keeps you on edge. The whole score is so tense. You know, just listening on Spotify, you kind of get this unease to it. You know, this this anxious feeling listening to it. And that's brilliant composing. That's brilliant songwriting. So it's on the Spotify. You guys check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, and always make sure you're liking that Spotify list and you're following it. Until next week, guys, it's movie music. Let's head on to the news. All right, guys, we're back. We got the news for you for this week. Not a huge news week, except for a few big things.
A couple of good things out there.
Yeah, there were a couple big things, including one thing that I didn't put on the notes. But by the way, people, we have notes. We're not just flying on the seat of our pants. I work a whole hour on this show a week. Okay. And so you guys need to appreciate the hard work that I put in. Sorry, I'm looking. I thought I saw something I wanted to mention. But I guess not. Okay, never mind. I guess it's all in my head. Okay, so first thing we get is we get an Avatar 2 trailer. Avatar: The Way of Water. Let's scope it out, man. Like, you can watch, and I've done it. I've watched it a couple of times. You can watch it on any screen, and it's still visually stunning.
Yeah, no,
Just
it's
in a
beautiful.
2-minute trailer, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know where. How long has it been since the first one? 10 years? Has it been 10 years?
It's been a while.
And that was cutting edge and beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, you think, oh, how can it get any better? That's how it can get better. The shadows, the use of shadows is. I mean, it's brilliant. I thought it looks good. I'm in 100%. James Cameron, at the very least, is going to do what we talked about last week. He's going to give us 2 or 8 hours worth of fun, right? So, what do you think? What do you think of the trailer?
I liked it. Doesn't disappoint. Yeah,
you
definitely doesn't give you a lot, which I like.
Yes. There's really only one. Jake Sully gives the only dialogue, and it's not long dialogue.
Yeah,
it's just giving us clips of.
What you're gonna see. Yeah, little battle going on. Looks nice.
And really,
new animals. Looks like they've relocated.
Yeah, or some of it might look like the tree. I think the environment's changing, but I don't think they have to give us much more than that. I think with the cloud of the original, and they're doing the theatrical re-release of it, I think they don't have to give us much more. And that's like I said, that's a December 16th release. So I'm in. Let's do it. A Game of Thrones prequel. The House of the Dragon.
Is that I guess that's not a book.
I don't think it is. I think George Martin still hasn't given us the last dang book. So he better not be writing spin-off series.
I think it's probably just pure money grab. But that's all. I'll check it out because it looks cool.
So the idea is that the writers of the original series, the screen adaptations and stuff, they're helming this whole thing. It's their original stuff. So built in the universe. With the result of the last season of the Game of Thrones, how excited are you? Are you excited about this series, or are you like, man, well, they kind of screwed this whole thing up before me already?
No, I'm not excited about it.
Because is that a result of season 6 of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I think in general, just because the fact that it's such an epic TV show for so many seasons,
so good,
and for it to end, the way it did, it was
a pacing issue.
I think it was
honestly, it was a pacing issue. One more season and you had it.
Yeah, I think it was weird how. Yeah, exactly. They did cram a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was rushed for sure.
That's the worst part of it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. August. I'm sure we'll cover it on Previously On if there's nothing better that we're looking forward to, which possibly could be. But let's move on to the next one. And see, that's the thing that DC has always done right. Those animated movies.
Yeah,
that looks good. That looks good, dude.
They're all usually pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll
that
check
looks
that out.
that looks awesome. Like I'm excited because it's really going to focus on the Sinestro Corps. What it seems like, and yeah, man, I'm fired up about that one. All right, let's get to some other news. Okay, so the Multiverse of Madness destroying the box office. I saw it.
I know.
I went and saw it yesterday I took my mom to see it like kind of a Mother's Day thing. And I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna be
No.
that guy,
Yeah. No,
but it's a very Sam Raimi movie.
yeah.
And for that, I loved it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good.
interested to see it.
It's good. It's
A
good.
lot of WandaVision tie-ins.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like like that's what I'm saying. Now seeing that, WandaVision is so important.
Now, do you think that it's important for people to see WandaVision
Yes,
before seeing that?
100%.
Fresh or what?
No. You know, as long as you know the result.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you know the result of WandaVision, you'll understand. And honestly, you might want to go in it fresh. Because there's a dynamic there that I didn't expect. And it was interesting. Movie, there's a few kind of flaws with it, but I mean, we'll talk about that once you see it. But the movie overall, I enjoyed the heck out of it. A lot of fun, fast. It was it's 2 hours, but it's a fast-paced movie. Like the movie just keeps on going, keeps throwing you.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah. As far as consequence, it's not the most. Maybe it's not. We'll see how consequential the movie is. But all right. Also, Disney has started filming Ahsoka.
I saw that. Yeah.
So you
That's going to be like from the Mandalorian series.
Well, from the Clone Wars. But she's also in the Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
Right. But
I'm saying, is that going to be her from the cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Or from her from the series from the Mandalorian? It's going to be live action.
Live action.
Or cartoon.
Live action.
So it's who is that again that plays her?
It's Rosario Dawson.
Right. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she's awesome. So yesterday was day 1 of filming. So long time till we get any kind of information about that. But the fact that they're filming,
that should be good.
The Disney tweeted out an image of the chair that says Ahsoka on it, and it has Dave Filoni's cowboy hat sitting next to it. So it's like, and Dave Filoni is in the house. So it's like, we're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Nice. He's the father of that character, right? He created Ahsoka.
No.
So it's super exciting. Star Wars nerds should be very excited about it. I still haven't sent it to Jared, which I'll probably do after this and put in the group chat because I don't think he knows. But yeah, man. I think that's we got one more trailer and then we'll wrap up the news up. This is kind of a different one, and I wasn't gonna put it in there until I actually watched the trailer, and I think this movie could be a lot of fun. So straight to digital release, but
it looks good.
It looks good, right? I thought it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks fun, right? It's a zombie movie that's fun, gonna be overly gory, and I think it'll be good. All right, well, that's Unhuman. Check it out, digital June 3rd. I think that's it for our news this week, guys. So let's check out what the movie of the week is going to be for next week, and let's get out of here. All right, guys, the movie of the week next week. I had a hankering for some alien movies. So we have decided on an alien movie. Not like an alien movie that we're going to go fight aliens, but like an alien abduction movie. I feel like they're an important subject to talk about, alien abductions and how not to be abducted. So what do we decide on, Mike?
We decided on The Fourth Kind.
Okay, The Fourth Kind. What is this movie about?
This is about, I believe, a lady who is abducted while in her, or not, yes, while
she
in
is
her
not
house.
abducted. No.
She's I don't know. I'll have to watch it. Huh?
Not to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but her
I have
kids
seen
were abducted.
it.
She's
It's
never
been a while.
She was never abducted. So it was this big movie that a couple years ago, came out. Mila Jovovich kind of said this kind of like disclaimer. Remember the trailer was like, "Hey, this is a really important subject we need to talk about."
Yeah. They made it look like a
really
real
important, like made this like really PSA type trailer out of it. Got me off of it. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
But
That was the appeal to the movie, that it was really
it
using
was a
real
real
footage.
thing
Yeah.
based in Nome, Alaska, where there's like no roads and you can't drive to Nome, Alaska.
Right.
You have to be flown in. And so the alien abduction stuff madness happens. Well, let's not spoil it yet. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about it next week. But I think it's a good movie. Go check it out, everybody. Make sure that you are liked, you're subscribed, you're watching every week, you're commenting, you're kind of jumping on those social medias and talking to us as much as you can. We love talking movies. It's what we do. Not for a living, because you haven't liked and subscribed. So thanks for that. But no, it's what we love to do, is talk about movies. So I think that's gonna be it for this week, guys. For the Tim and Mike show, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
Go watch some movies.